Welcome back. Today we're gonna do a little meal prep Monday, my new series on my new channel. If you're watching this, make sure you subscribe because you're on my new channel that's centered around health and wellness. So let me take you through this week's menu, everything that we'll be preparing, and then we'll go into each recipe. So first up, we have these high protein sliders. I think these are perfect for the beach, perfect for poolside, great for like a vacation lunch. Next up, we have burger bowls. This is a great way to get your grilling done in the summer with a little burger bowl. You can add lots of veggies, roasted potatoes. My whole family loves this one. For breakfast this week, we're doing McGriddle breakfast muffins, inspired by the McDonald's McGriddle, but healthier and high protein. We're also obsessed with this one. Of course, we're gonna bake a loaf of sourdough. I like to do this every few weeks for my family to have like healthy homemade bread. It's one of our favorites. And then lastly, I'm gonna share with you guys how I make a high protein shamrock shake. I know St. Patty's Day is like long gone, but I feel like a mint shake hits any time of year, and this recipe is super easy to throw together, so I'll show you that as well. Let's go ahead and get started. I also wanted to quickly mention, this is my first time doing like a meal prep Monday. I wanna make this a series on this new channel, but I think I might wanna structure it a little bit differently and actually bring you guys to the grocery store, show you what I'm purchasing. We can go to different stores and then kind of throw everything together. So let me know if you'd like it structured a little bit differently after you watch this video, or if you have any requests for future videos or future recipes that you want to see, of course, let me know. And as always, I will have the link to my website down in the description, and that will have like the exact recipe, measurements, ingredients, and everything for each recipe. So when it comes to planning out my meals, I'll typically pick one store and kind of plan out my meals for the week. I really like to make sure that they're family-friendly options that I'll like and that have like high protein and fit my nutrition goals, but that my family, like my kids, my husband, will also really like and enjoy, and things that are just quick and easy. I think moving forward, after I watch this back, I realize these are all like delicious, but they're not the healthiest. So I think next week we'll bring in some more veg. But of course, you can sub anything out if you're gluten-free, dairy-free, whatever. You can sub for different ingredients. It's just to give you an idea, and any like equipment or anything that I use, I'll have that linked down below for you guys too. If you have any questions, just let me know. But I think that's it. For me, wellness is really just about balance and having these like delicious foods that I'm craving mixed in with all the healthy things. That's what keeps me going and really makes it a lifestyle for me, and not something where I'm like falling off and on. It's just part of my life, and it's a part of balance. So let's go into these subs first. So we love Hawaiian rolls in this family. I actually want to try making like sourdough Hawaiian rolls. I have a few recipes saved. They're like the perfect size for the beach though. And so cut these in half. We're gonna throw some meat on there. I do use a food scale because I'm currently tracking my protein intake. But for meat on here, we're gonna do some ham, salami, and turkey pepperoni. We're gonna top it off with some provolone cheese. And then I like to do a little salad on top with like red onion and shredded lettuce, and the dressing is what's so good. So for the dressing, you're gonna do avocado oil mayo, red wine vinegar, some grated Parmesan cheese, oregano, and salt and pepper. I do like to store the dressing separately and then kind of put together the little salad at the end, like when I'm making the meal. So I'll pull the sandwich out, and then I'll add the dressing and the salad on the day that I'm gonna eat it, so nothing gets soggy or anything like that. But the salad gives it a lot more flavor and a lot more volume. They're so good. Now let's move on to dinner that night. So for dinner, I usually don't like meal prep some big thing ahead of time. I'll just go into it knowing, hey, I wanna make an extra batch of this so I have leftovers for the next day for lunch or dinner. So I just make extra meat or extra of like the rice or the potatoes or whatever, so I have some the next day. It's just more manageable and less hectic for me than having like the set meal prep thing. And sometimes I do that, but this just works out for me to just make bigger portions the first day that I buy groceries. So like every Monday, I'll just make a huge portion of like the breakfast, lunch, and dinner that I'm making, and then we'll have leftovers. These burger bowls were so good. So many of you guys, I just posted like a little picture of it, and so many of you were like, I'm making this, and just recreated it on your own. And I love that. And I think that's just the way you should do it. Like whatever toppings you love on a burger, that's what you should add here. But you don't want to forget the potatoes. To me, these like take the place of fries. So I love little golden potatoes. You can do whatever ones you want, like yellow golden potatoes. I usually cut them into like fourths. I do like cubes. I do leave the skin on, by the way. Throw them in a bowl, and then you're gonna add a little bit of avocado oil. I do the spray just because it's really easy. And then you wanna throw in my secret ingredient. I make potatoes like this once a week. My whole family loves them. They're so good. You throw in like a half packet of taco seasoning, or if you don't use taco seasoning, just throw in like salt, pepper, garlic, onion, paprika, cumin, chili powder, like basically what is in taco seasoning. Throw that in there. Your potatoes won't taste like tacos. They just get like this great color and great flavor, and it's just so good. And then I throw them in the air fryer. I think mine goes to like 400 or 450. I just do the highest. I set it at like 15 minutes, and I just check on it, and just whenever they're crispy and soft, that's when I know they're done. While the potatoes are cooking, I went ahead and made the patties. I think I used a 93.7% lean for these patties. I just like to make the patties myself. That way I can like add the seasonings that I want. I just do like a little salt, pepper, garlic, and onion. I put these together into patties, and then I handed them over to Michael, and he went ahead and grilled them on the Blackstone along with some onions and some mushrooms. I just love that like savory, salty flavor. And then for our base, I just did like a spring mix. I did like an easy salad mix. I threw in some baby potatoes. I threw in some pickles. I threw in some avocado. Oh, and then I made a burger sauce. And my burger sauce is super easy, but it takes the place of dressing. Like there's just so much flavor in this burger bowl. You don't really need dressing, but I do love a burger sauce. So it's just equal parts avocado oil mayo, ketchup, mustard, and sweet pepper relish, like the green relish. So good, so easy. It takes like 2 seconds to whip up. Again, you can like save some of that, make extra, save that on the side if you want to heat up the burgers throughout the week. Michael grilled these, like I said, with the other veggies, added some cheese on top. He actually did like smash burgers. Oh, they were so good. Of course, for your kids, you could do buns, or you could do just like the potato by itself and the burger patty by itself. That's what I did because they're not super into salad, but I loved it with the salad. Later that night, once the kids were asleep, I got to work on prepping my sourdough loaf and prepping the Griddle Muffins for the week. So for the muffins, you're gonna need protein powder. I love Clean Simple Eats because it's grass-fed. It has a digestive enzyme, so it doesn't upset your stomach. Tastes really great. I just did the vanilla. You'll also need Kodiak cake pancake mix, some shredded cheese, and some turkey sausage. So you wanna start off by just browning your turkey sausage, mixing together your pancake mix, your water, and your protein powder. It's so easy, you guys. Once the sausage is done, you just add it to that pancake mix, add in some shredded cheese, pop these in the oven in little muffin tins. So easy. Let them cool for a little bit before you put them in the fridge so they don't get soggy, but you just reheat them up in the microwave in the morning. Delicious. I love these. It was like really nice to have that savory sausage and cheese with that sweet like pancake and protein powder combination. It was just a really great combo. By the way, the sandwiches and the muffins, I got the recipes from Macro Friendly Food on Instagram. I love her recipes. While the muffins were baking, I went ahead and prepped my loaf of sourdough. I do have a whole sourdough video back on my original channel. If you guys want to check that up, it's still up. I just put it up a few weeks ago, honestly. But it's just kind of like how I made my starter, how I make my loaves, the recipe that I follow. So typically I will prep my loaf like during dinner. I'll kind of prep the dough and everything. I'll have it set out on the counter either overnight or for a few hours. This time I had it set for a few hours on my counter, and then while I was waiting for those muffins, I went ahead and shaped my dough, formed it, and got it into the fridge. And that way I can just turn on my oven first thing in the morning, pop it in there, and then we have fresh bread once everyone wakes up for the day, and it's so good. I try not to make sourdough every week because we eat it so fast and we just chow down on it. So I usually just make 2 loaves like every 2 or 3 weeks. And the last recipe was my protein shake. I had this after my workout. I don't meal prep this because it takes like less than 5 minutes to throw together, but it's so good. If you have a Ninja Creamy, you could use this as your base in a Ninja Creamy, but if you don't, it's just as delicious as like a milkshake. I did add a couple of those like really thin Oreos on top and some like almond milk spray whipped cream. Yeah, my kids and I chowed down on this. I made it like every day for 6 days straight. It was just like the perfect, it tasted better than like the McDonald's Shamrock Shake. So that's everything I prepped this week. Like I said, I don't typically do like a sit down where I just meal prep everything. I may do that going forward on days when I film just for like video purposes to kind of get everything done in one sitting. But just know that like when I do it for myself and for my family, I typically do it like this, where like I said, I make breakfast, make a bigger batch, make lunch, make a bigger batch. Or in this case, once the kids were asleep, I made like a couple little things just something easy, that's just the way it works out best for me, and I make like the least amount of mess in my kitchen, use the least amount of like dishes and stuff. So that's kind of the way I like to do it. And then I typically will kind of just like munch on that throughout the week, but it's not something where like I have to have it every single day and I'm getting sick of it. It's just nice on days when you're really busy to have a couple options ready to go. But I also do like to have like fresh fruit, fresh veggies. I'll do like a rotisserie chicken, just kind of have easy stuff kept in my fridge and my pantry also for grab and go. Makes it a lot easier to stick to my nutrition goals, my protein goals, you know, fuel before and after my workouts when things are fast and on the go. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I hope you guys try out these recipes. If you do, show me on Instagram. Like I said, this is a new channel that you're watching, so make sure to subscribe. If you have any requests, comments, questions, leave them down below. Let me know what you guys want to see next week, and I will see you then. I hope you guys love this. Bye.